guys, hopefully you can hear me. I just got off work, so I am driving home, and I thought that I would do a kind of series, kind of driving with Bree, and you're gonna have to pardon me for my weird angles and stuff because I have the little mounting thing on my dashboard and it won't let me tilt it any further than that without, of course, popping off. And okay, so yeah, so today is what, 17th of November. We are getting closer to Thanksgiving, which is fucking exciting. And it's freaking cold out here, and like can't even deal with it right now. But some of the stuff that I wanted to talk about is kind of like, damn, kind of like the whole Charlie Sheen thing. Why are we even all really talking about it? Like, for me, I feel more concerned that his doctor wanted to come out and say that, well, he doesn't have HIV. He has the HIV virus, but we gave him medicine for that, so it's suppressed. So, like, in my mind, I'm just kind of like, well, doesn't that mean that he has HIV? Like, I don't think that just because you suppressed it means that it's gone. But maybe I just don't understand what the doctor is trying to say. So, if someone could enlighten me, that would be great. Oh, shit. My bad. And this is what I'm talking about. So, in effect, I think I'll just hold it. And, yeah. So, I think that, yeah, it's definitely one of those things where I definitely feel I don't know if I must necessarily say I'm proud of him for coming out saying that he has AIDS, like, or HIV, but I don't think at the same time people should be sitting here and talking about he deserved it for the way he treated X, Y, and Z, Denise Richards, and whoever else it is. Like, for me, who cares? Like, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. I think that instead of always worrying about the 1% of America, we need to worry about the other 99%. So, it is what it is. But, I just don't, you guys want to see a hot air balloon? That is dope, right? I definitely want to do hot air balloons. Somebody should definitely come with me. I don't know who, but I'm going to drag somebody to do it. But I definitely wanted to also talk about relationships and when you should probably let a relationship go. Me and my best friend were definitely talking about your breaking points as when you're in a long-term relationship and you're with someone who you feel like is supposed to, quote unquote, be the one. So, I definitely feel like if you get to a point where you're in the relationship and everything in your mind is a kind of shut the fuck up, don't talk to me, get out of my face, then I definitely think that you have to sit down and really evaluate on how you feel like your relationship is gonna be. Because you definitely, like, I always feel like you don't have to end every relationship on a bad note. So I definitely feel like you should go ahead and try to end it where you can still talk to that person or be a friend to that person, or have that friend, or have that person be a friend to you while you're in the process of moving on or going through something that they already know about, so they can help you through it. But I definitely think that sometimes what happens too, especially with long-term relationships, is that it's hard to let it go because that's the person you do everything with. Well, in my case anyway, it's like I moved out here and I didn't have any friends out here, I was just going to school. I was just working. That was kind of like what my day-to-day routine was. So for me, when I did get into a relationship, I definitely felt like I clinged on a little bit, and I feel like, oh my God, this sun, yeah, I can't even. But I definitely feel like I clung on, and a part of the reasons why I kept forgiving the mistakes or forgiving what was happening was because I didn't want to be alone. Because at the end of the day, nobody really wants to be alone. So if you're sitting in a situation where you're going to the movies with this person, you're going shopping with this person, you're watching TV with this person, you're playing video games with this person, when you are going somewhere, like, you always take this person along with you. Like, it's kind of like that person's a part of your daily routine. So it becomes hard to break up with that person, because you're like, well, who am I going to do all that stuff with? Especially if you're someone who's like me, who moved to a city and don't really have a lot of friends. So that's one point I wanted to bring up with that whole thing, was because it's definitely one of those situations where even though you want to do all those things with that person, that doesn't mean that you need to stay in a relationship with that person. And sometimes relationships can be very toxic to your, I would say, psyche, or your, like, aura. You know, like, I definitely feel like sometimes during certain parts of my relationship, I felt very distant. I felt depression. I felt a lot of anxiety. I felt like I had to carry the whole weight of the relationship on my shoulders. And granted, a lot of that has to do with my personality type. A lot of it was I didn't have to take on those responsibilities, but I took them upon myself because that's the type of person I am. But I also have to sometimes take a step back and look at myself and tell myself that I can't do that, because it's literally sucking the life out of me, or it's making me feel like I can't do certain stuff because I have to carry this person with me, or I gotta make sure that everything is good with me just in case this person can't handle it. And for me, that's not a relationship. That's almost a parent. That's like a parent saying, I gotta make sure all my finances and everything are together because I don't want my child to go hungry. Like, it's almost like that. And so, I definitely think that there's some things that I have been through in the past, and that I feel like I have a lot of suppressed feelings about certain things that I've grown up with, and certain things that I feel like I need to personally address myself with my personality, that I feel like at this moment anyway in my life, I don't need a relationship, and I don't feel like I should have to stay in one when I know deep down that I'm not that happy. And it's unfair to have that person sitting thinking that everything's okay when it's not. And I definitely think that when you start getting to the point where you're blowing up at that person, like every little thing is an irritant to you, you feel like that person can't understand all that you're going through. It's almost like, and I know it's not the same gravity, but it's almost like when a woman is going through postpartum depression after having a child, and everyone is either saying it's in their head, or no one's acknowledging the fact that you are going through something with your emotions, and that you need to take a step back, you need assistance in that sense. So I definitely think that if you feel like you're not getting the support that you need, or you feel like a part of you is just so drained that you can't handle what is happening in your relationship, I definitely think you need to take a step back. I definitely have had moments where I just cried in the middle of the night, or I just cried during the day, or I've seen that person, like I walked up to them and just started crying, you know what I mean? Just because everything keeps hitting me at one time. Because I feel like sometimes what happens in relationships is that someone's relationship is, or someone in the relationship is always, how well, I can't even talk right now because my thoughts are all over the place, but there's always someone in the relationship that has more problems than the other. So when you're dealing with situations, it's usually you're dealing with that person's feelings, that person's emotions, that person's problems first, versus you handling your business. You know what I mean? So I might be stressed out about something at work or what's going on in my job situation, but at the same time, I'm sitting here stressed about what's going on with your job situation and what you're doing. So in a sense, I have to put in the way I respond to that is that I need to put myself back so I can push you forward. You know what I mean? And so, and it's definitely not going to equal out to anything, especially if that person doesn't pull you forward after you push them forward. You know what I mean? So it's more so that, not saying that you have to be a selfish person in a relationship, but you definitely have to look out for self and make sure that you're okay with what you're doing. I feel like eventually we all get to a point where there's something in our relationship we just don't like. Like for me, I'm a very forgiving ass person. I'm going to forgive you because I feel like not forgiving you could be blocking something that I need to be learning. I always feel like everybody's put in your life for a reason, and things happen to you for a reason, and you can't block out those things, because at the end of the day, I feel like I've definitely been in relationships that have taught me that this is how love is supposed to be. This is how heartbreak is supposed to be. This is what it means when someone uses you. This is what it means when someone really doesn't care about you. You definitely have to learn those things, so when you do find that person that you're supposed to be with, you can recognize that this person is everything that I need and everything that I know that I didn't deserve back then, if that makes any sense. So that's kind of like what I just wanted to say about relationships. I definitely think that sometimes we don't take the time to step out of our relationship and look at it through a third eye. Like, I definitely feel like if you have a friend that you can talk to that friend and let your friend tell you how they honestly feel about your relationship, and let them have their opinion. Now, I'm not talking about, you know, get your group of 5 friends and then go talk shit. Like, I'm saying, like, get that one good friend. Like, I have my best friend. Me and her have been best friends for 20 years. We definitely have talked about each other's boyfriends, each other's exes, you know, all that stuff. And I'm saying exes like she got like mad exes. Like, she's been with her dude for a really long time. But I definitely think you have to sit down with that person and ask them, do you think this is right in my relationship? Do you feel like because, well, in me and her situation, we've been friends for 20 years. We go way back, elementary school days. So she knows how I am as a person and how I act. So if I am not acting myself, or I feel very depressed in some type of way, she's gonna know. She's gonna pick up on it. She's gonna be like, yo, what's going on with you? And she's gonna tell me, yo, like, that's not fair to you. You don't deserve that. You deserve better. And you need someone in your life that's gonna tell you that. Even though you may love that person, you want to stay together, you want to get married to that guy, you want to have his babies, whatever the situation is, you definitely have to have someone that will sit and tell you he's not being good to you. You deserve better than that, and you need to figure out what's going on with your relationship and what's going on with you, that you can't let that shit go. Did I say shit go? And so I definitely think that I'm very thankful that I have a friend like that will be honest with me, but at the same time, she's going to protect the fuck out of me too. And I would do the same for her. And I think that when it comes to the actual breakup itself, it can go either way. Either it can be a very nice, easy one, like he'll understand where you're coming from and he'll give you that time and space, and if, you know, it works out, if you get your stuff together, he gets his stuff together, and you guys come back in the future, then great. But if you don't, then it was great while it lasted, you know what I mean? Or You can have someone who doesn't want to let it go. He won't understand because he's so on his side and seeing stuff for his point of view that it's not going to matter how you say it and how nice you say it. And you guys will end up fighting. And instead of having a friend that you know you can call and you can still be there for them and they can be there for you, now you have this person that you can't even talk to. You got to delete them out your phone. You got to block them. You got to do this and do that because you feel like that person's so angry at you, instead of just accepting the fact that you feel like you got to work on yourself, or you feel like you're not in the right space to be in a relationship. So, I definitely think that, child, I don't even know right now, really swerving up on me, and I don't like it, but, that's kind of how I wanted to say what I wanted to say about relationships. And shout out to my best friend, because she does watch my YouTube videos, so she knows, and she knows she's gonna have to get on one of these videos eventually. I definitely think we're gonna do something like a best friend tag, and I think that we'll definitely, maybe in the tag, we'll definitely talk about some experiences that we've had together and experiences that we've had separate, but they lined up like exactly in the same time frame. It was really weird. But and then I guess we could also talk about how you make a friendship last for 20 years, because granted, shit's not always easy and shit can get hard. So but shout out to her, because I love you, girl. And I'm just trying to figure out what else I wanted to talk about. I had a whole bunch of shit I wanted to talk about. Now I can't even remember. Oh, okay, so I definitely wanted to talk about the whole idea of, and this is no shade to anybody, and if you know who I'm talking about, don't be trying to like tag them in a video or show them the video talking about, oh, she's being shady, because it's not even that. But I definitely, actually I feel like it's a couple of people. I definitely feel like if you are putting your life on YouTube, you're open to discussion. You're open to being a topic. You're open to criticism. You are open to backlash. And I think that a lot of YouTubers, like for me, if I do make a video and someone gets offended, I apologize, but at the end of the day, I'm not gonna dedicate any part of my video or a whole video apologizing. I'm not doing that, just because my opinion is my opinion, and how I feel is how I feel, and how I live my life is how I live my life, and how I do things is how I do things. So for some YouTubers, I know they put stuff out there like, this is, I'm doing me, and fuck y'all, y'all not this, y'all not my family, y'all, and that's nice and all to say, but for me, why are you even saying it? Like, why is it even necessary? And then I think a lot of it has to do with, if you almost portray yourself in a certain way, or you have these high morals in the beginning, but then you start, I'm not even going to say start flaking out at the end. I definitely think that everyone has morals, but I think that if you put your morals to the forefront, and then you change your mind over time, people are going to notice that change. And some people may fuck with you still, other people will be like, damn, what happened to this bitch, you know? But I definitely think that you just have to be careful, and then be careful on what you share. I definitely think not everything is share worthy, but if you do put it out, don't get mad, you know what I mean? So because there's definitely certain things I'm not gonna put out in my personal life. Like, I definitely, like, I say my best friend, I don't even tell you her name, because it's not my place to tell you her name. I definitely think if she does a video with me, she'll tell you, and then you'll know. You know, I definitely think that if you protect the people around you, then you won't have any issues. I feel like if I'm not really fucking with you like that, and I feel like I'm telling how I feel, and I use your name, that's me using your name in that moment. I'm not gonna regret that later, you know what I mean? So guys, I just saw a falcon right now. I am stoked on that. But oh, and side note too, there was mad owls at my job last night just hooting away, and it was actually pretty dope. I was trying to find them, but I didn't, so I was pretty upset about that. But I definitely think sometimes YouTubers kind of take it too far with doing whole videos about how they don't give a fuck, when it's like clearly you give a fuck because like you made the video about it, you know what I mean? So yeah, is you mad or no? No, I'm just kidding. But oh man, why is everyone like right here today? I'm actually pretty glad that I can hold this and drive at the same time, because I'm definitely not trying to have all my landscape shown, because I don't need people knowing where I live at. Like, that's mad crazy. But I do live next to a horse farm though. Like, that's dope as hell, right? Or is that a horse farm? Breeding farm? What do you call it? I don't know. But most of my videos are filmed through my phone right now though, because I don't have a camera, and I don't really like how it comes out in the webcam. But until that day comes where I buy a camera, this is what I gotta deal with. So I'm sorry that the quality ain't gonna be all that with the fucking slideshows and shit. Like, I don't even think I'm gonna do that anyway. Even if I do it, get the camera, I'm not editing nothing, because like, that's just way too much effort for me. I freaking work, I got a job, like, I can't be doing all that. But ooh, shit. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I just got off work. I worked from 11 to 7 this morning, so I am very tired. And this is like my day-to-day. Like, I basically, well, not my day-to-day. These are like 2 times out of the week I gotta do grade from 11 to 7. And some days I'm good afterwards, and other days I'm bugging. And today I'm bugging, and I'm not going to sleep without any jokes. So I'm probably not even going to do another video today. I kind of wanted to, because I definitely have the curl kit I want to review, and I do have the hair box show box, natural box that I want to show. But maybe I'll do those tomorrow, because I am off tomorrow, so I might have some time to do it. At this point, like, I'm almost home. And by the way, look at my bag though. I don't even think I even pointed it at the damn bag. There we go. It's beautiful. I got it on Amazon, and I freaking love it. And I'm so happy I got it. The only thing I don't like is I feel like the opening isn't like big enough sometimes, but stuff fits in there, so I can't complain. And I got this power bank Samsung Galaxy phone case. I freaking love it. Like, my phone like never dies basically now, so that is the most amazing thing to me. And oh shit. And yeah, it's just dope as hell. I love it. But I am home now, so I am going to be talking to you guys later.